Hey, Wember World Entertainment, and has DC possibly found its new Batman? Well, we're not quite sure, but we know there's a lot of names in the hat. And a new one has just shown themselves in there, saying they want to be Batman. And it's none other than Brandon Sklenar, who I've never heard of, I've never seen. It turns out he's in, it's either Yellowstone or one of the prequels. But he's also in that movie that has caused a lot of problems right now with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, that It Ends With Us. And he's the guy who seemingly was on Justin Baldoni's side, then jumped ship to her side, and now he's kind of getting caught in the middle. So let's have a look at this. By the way, it's just seeing images of him and stuff and hearing him being interviewed and stuff. It's like, no, you're not a Batman. Not at all. But let's have a look anyway at this article. So it's saying there are quite a few names thrown around when fans are asked who should play the Caped Crusader in the DCU. Jake Gyllenhaal, Armie Hammer, not a hope he's going to be chosen. Ben Barnes, whoever that is, for some reason his name is written here twice, and Alan Ritchson are some big ones. Arguably the most commonly thrown around name is Brandon Sklenar. Known for his roles in Midway, The Offer, Green and Gold, It Ends With Us, and 1923, Sklenar isn't quite a household name yet, but he's definitely known among Batman and DC fans. Why? Like, literally, why is he known? I didn't know this guy, and I haven't heard anyone throwing around his name to play Batman, so don't know where this article's going. Let's continue though. In a new interview with Screen Rant's Andy blah blah whatever, who cares, Sklenar is well aware of how popular a choice he is among fans to play Bruce Wayne, and he is 100% on board with the idea, saying, I mean, for Batman, let's keep running with that. That's something I've wanted to do since I was a little kid, and I've never even talked about it. It just started happening and I was like, this is cool. And now, maybe, hopefully, it happens one day. So that's what he said. Like many superhero fans, it seems as if playing the Dark Knight has been a dream of Sklenar's since he was a child. The more interesting part of the interview was when Sklenar seemed to hint that DC Studios, maybe even James Gunn himself, have reached out to him about playing Batman. When the interviewer said, has anyone then made a phone call gesture with his hand, Sklenar indicated someone has indeed called, saying, yeah, I think there's some awareness of me on some level, probably, but yeah, I know there are ways away from doing that, but yeah, obviously, the little kid in me and the adult me is like, this is cool, and I have a bunch of ideas. Anyway, it'd be cool. So, the idea that this guy seemingly is getting calls and stuff, do I believe that? Probably not. He could be getting called for something else. The idea, again, that this article is painting this guy is like, he's the fan favorite. Every fan wants him to be Batman, wants him to be Bruce Wayne. Oh my god, this is the perfect choice. And I'm literally sitting here going, never heard of the dude. Literally never heard of him until I had to look him up for this article, and it was like, oh, this guy. The only thing I've known him from is seeing him on a red carpet with a brooch on that he got questioned because it happened to be the same brooch Justin Baldoni wore at the premiere for It Ends With Us, and he was asked like, oh, it's like, are you back in solidarity with him? He's like, oh no, I had no idea, and all this shit. Dude is not a good choice for Batman. Alan Ritchson is probably the best choice there. Not just that, I'm pretty sure this guy is only like 34 or something. How is he supposed to have a child that's old enough to become Robin if he's only 34? What do you do? Have the kid when he was 12? Like, come on, man. It makes no sense. Arnie Hammer, why did I say he would never get caught? Well, he's kind of been blacklisted from Hollywood with his whole cannibalistic ideas and stuff. Jake Gyllenhaal would be an interesting cast. I just don't know whether or not he could pull off being Batman. I could see him pulling off being Bruce Wayne, possibly not Batman. Alan Ritchson, you know, he has the size to build the look properly, and you could see him. Now, he's the opposite. You could see him being a really good Batman, You're just not 100% sure if he has what it would take to be Bruce Wayne. But this guy, Brandon Sklenar, yeah, no, I don't see that happening at all. For all we know, he could be getting called in to play bloody Robin. Who knows? But either way, he's thrown his hat in the ring with everyone else at this stage. You know, who isn't trying to get cast as Batman? We'll wait and see what actually happens. There's no signs of this movie getting announced anytime soon. We know that all it's doing now is being worked on by James Gunn, that Andy Muschietti's been pushed off and told, yeah, you're not having actually any involvement with the story or anything, so don't see him lasting. Either way, we'll wait and see what happens, see who actually gets cast, and what the casting call is, because I don't think this could end up being the case of one person is chosen. I think this could be, oh, we brought in like 5 people, we're auditioning them, we're winging it down to 2, and then we'll announce Batman. Don't know. So with that, I'll leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.